everybody, welcome to today's workout. We are going to be doing total body from your chair. I'm able to watch what videos get the most views, likes, comments, when people decide to subscribe to the channel, and still to this day, our most popular video was the seated upper body full length workout. So I wanted to give you guys a brand new one. I figured it was time for a full body, full length class from the chair. So I hope you guys enjoy this. Before we get started into our workout, if you could do me a favor and click the subscribe button, it'll help share this channel with other people that may enjoy it, and it'll also make it easier for you to find the videos. Some equipment that you will need for today's workout are a set of hand weights, maybe even a lighter and a heavier set, somewhere between the 1 to 10 pound range, depending on how you feel today. Put those under your chair, and then maybe a resistance band, either the loop or the full one with handles. Whatever you happen to have, you can get that out. If you don't have all this stuff, don't worry, because I will give you modifications along the way. Get set up, click subscribe, and we will get started in just a second. All right, we're ready. We're gonna get warmed up. We're gonna be starting kind of from the ground up today with the body. So the warm up will start that way, and so will the workout. So we're gonna start with our feet first, and you're gonna give me just some of those toe taps right here to the front. And I want both feet going at the same time. And we're gonna kind of get the coordination set. So we want the body communicating and coordinating these movements with the mind-body connection there. So alternate those feet as one comes up, one goes down, and you should feel the fronts of your shins here starting to warm up. And then we're just gonna tap. So lift both of those feet, right foot taps out, in and down, lift, left. So we're just alternating here. If you mess it up, please do not worry about it. Good. Now tap those heels in, and they can kind of come to the front, but not out real far, because I want this nice rotation in through the ankle. All of our exercises today are open and changeable depending on how you feel. So as always, modify anything that doesn't feel good. You know your body best. Whatever works for you, you got to go with that first. So if you need to change something up, make it a little bit easier, go ahead. And then if you can make something more challenging, do that too. So now we're going to pick these heels up, and we're going to kind of kick with the insole of the foot out towards the opposite leg. It's not real high. We're not putting a lot of power in it. Be careful, you don't want to accidentally kick yourself there. So you should be getting a little bit warmer through those legs. And then just give me some nice easy kicks to the front. And then see if you can give me opposite hand out there as you kick that leg up. It can be low to start. It can be nice and big if you're ready to jump right into it today. Now, same thing, kind of working on fine-tuning that coordination. Keep kicking those feet. Feet stay exactly the same, except you're gonna reach these arms up overhead, so you're still on the opposite sides of the body there. Same legs. Take those arms out to the sides. I lost it there. Set a good example. And I totally goofed it up, but that's okay. It happens. It's the practice that matters, not the perfection. It'll get better in time. Go ahead, take those arms back to the front. Very good. Take those legs down. We're gonna step the right leg out and reach the right arm off to the side. So we're kind of stretching through the low back there. Left leg out, left arm across. Good, so alternate there. Make sure that as you're moving here, you're keeping those hips in your chair. You do not want to kind of start wiggling little by little to one side and not notice until you end up out of the chair. Good. Switching this up just a little bit, we're going to step the right leg out, reach the right arm across, swing it back in, and open that chest as you bring this arm in. Same thing, other side, so reach it out, big sweep in. So when you push that arm back, try not to push the stomach forward. Nice and tall in the chest, the arm just moves back, stretching through the front shoulder and through those chest muscles. So here we go. Right side and then the left. It doesn't need to be big. It's about warming the body up, getting ready for this work. Good. I think sometimes there is a big misconception with our chair workouts that they are so easy or they're just at a beginner's level. That's not what we're here for today. I really want you to challenge yourself. One more set each side because these chair workouts can be so tough. Hands to the thighs, swing this body around. So nice spine circles here. As you're going this direction, I want you to hug those abs in. So we're warming up through the core, pull and tuck those abs in as you swing to the back. As you come off to the side, stay heavy in your opposite hip, so don't start leaning out of your chair. Swing it to the front, pull the shoulders back. So again, broadening through the collarbones, stretching those chest muscles just a bit. And then go ahead, bring it to the center whenever you land there and reverse those circles. So check out the body today. Feel how everything is working. It can be so different day to day. Everything has its days where it's easier and it's working with you a little bit better. And then there's some days where you just have to be extra cautious or extra mindful with your movement. So see what kind of a day you're having today. Bring it to the front and then around to the back. Shoulders forward, stretch through the back there, and then open it tall. Peel those elbows down and shoulders back. Stretch the back, stretch the chest. Take it up here, drop those arms to the sides. And it's not about leaning forward, it's about growing really tall, but move those hands, palms to the front, move them to the back, and you'll kind of feel a tingle run through the fingers. Reach those fingertips back, curl them in. We want to be warm through the hands and the wrists. So that way, as you're holding these weights, they don't start cramping up on you. Drop those hands to the bottom of your chair, and we'll take the right ear over to the right shoulder, being really aware to keep this left shoulder down. And then over, left ear to left shoulder, right shoulder stays down. Don't lose your stretch. And then chin comes to the chest. And you know, if you have a ponytail or think about like where a bun or the back of a baseball cap would be, and drop the chin and then kind of push back. You should feel a little light stretch through the back of your neck. It should not be painful. And then take the chin up. And then go ahead, give it all a little shake here. So, like I said, our warm up, we started from the bottom and kind of worked our way up to the top. We're gonna do the same thing with our workout today. So we are again gonna come to those toe taps, working on this strength through the front of the legs. This foot flexion is a really important strength muscle group to keep strong. So that way you're stepping up onto a curb, a staircase, that foot has to flex. You have to be able to peel those toes up so that way they're not dragging and they're gonna hit something. Same thing when you're walking. Being able to flex these toes up keeps you nice and safe. So, I know it's not a muscle that we're really worried about in terms of how it looks, but we should be very worried about it in terms of how it functions. All right, tap those toes out to the sides and in. Not too difficult, so peel those toes up all the way out and back in. Now see if you can give me both to the right, center, both to the left, center. Coordination again. So if you just had a brain fart, it's okay. You practice it. That's why we're here. It's all practice. Take it out. Very good. Fronts of those legs should definitely be feeling the work. We're gonna go ahead and lift this right leg. And I want you to think about your left hip and your left knee staying right here. So you're not turning with this leg. As you lift, you're gonna, again, peel those toes up. They're nice and warm. So bring this leg in and out. When you bring it out, kind of squeeze through the tushy there. You'll feel this quad muscle up here at the top working as well. And we're not going for a certain time, we're not going for a certain number, we're just going for, kind of what feels good, making sure that we kind of even it out for both sides. But I just want you to focus on the quality of your movements rather than hitting a certain number. Take it in, let's do the left side. Now focus on keeping this right leg here in place. Peel those toes up, out to the side, squeeze the tush, and bring it back in. You might notice that I'm right-handed, so I tend to move my right leg a little bit more. So I notice that my left side just isn't able to go as far. The work is the same. The mobility and the flexibility in this leg is just a little bit different. So it's normal, totally normal. Take it out. Same thing, squeeze through the booty. Keep those toes peeled up. And your foot is still flat. Like if it were still on the floor, you just lifted it straight up. Take it out. We're gonna do a couple more of these. And then we'll kind of build on this movement a little bit. So we are abducting strength of the muscles to move away and adducting strength of the muscles to come in. So you're working on the outside and the inside of this leg, and because it's lifted, you're working on the top as well. Set that one down. Now, I did mention to you guys at the beginning of the video, if you had your bands, I do find that this longer one is a little bit easier here because you don't have to reach and put it on. But if this is all you have, you can go ahead, step your feet into it, slide it up over the tops of the legs. Or if you have this band here, you can just take it under the legs, cross it over the top, and make sure that you've got enough resistance as you move. Feet flat on the floor. So even when my knees are at my hips, I'm feeling the pull of the band. I'm having to push those legs out a little bit against this band. I've got my fingertips wrapped underneath just so it doesn't dig into the muscles, but I'm not pulling with my hands. Step those feet out and in, slightly lifting off of the floor. So my feet are touching to the floor, but there's no weight in them. So I'm using a little bit of my core muscles here too, Modification here, if this is too much, just go ahead and alternate each side and focus on, again, just like that lift out to the side, squeeze that leg muscle, so don't let this knee come in. Push that band out, back in. Modification from here is just a smaller movement. So it could even be right here to start. I always like to say, do what you can until you can do more. But you gotta keep the good form. Gotta keep moving. As you're working here, try not to start leaning back. We wanna recruit strength from those abs. This is gonna be the exact same movement if you have your loop band on around those legs. As you notice, when I come out, my knees are over my ankles, so they're not buckling in. Really important to pay attention to that. Just a few more here. I'm starting to really feel this in through the legs. That's why we're here though. Good. Let's give it 2 more. If you're alternating, you just finish out the set that you're on. Very good. And then tighten up that band even more. And if it's scrunched down a little bit towards the knees, that is fine as long as it is not on the kneecaps. Again, hips distance apart, so kneecaps are right over the ankles and right in front of the hips. Lift each knee straight up, so we're not coming in and out. As you lift, try not to lean back, so stay really tall through the body. Hug your core muscles in. And you'll feel this at the tops of the legs. This is really great. This muscle group right here is good for keeping that knee joint nice and stable. So this is a great exercise for creating knee strength without creating any irritation in the knee. So I have very sensitive knees, and lunges, squats are great for improving my strength, but I find that it hurts for sometimes 2 or 3 days after in that joint, and it just makes it so hard to do anything else. So I just modify. I stick with these exercises here. Nice, strong, toned legs. I help keep my knee joint nice and solid and stable. Good. I'm gonna give you just a little break here. So take just a quick second, release your band. We're gonna come back to that. We're gonna do that exact same exercise, except I would like to see if you can challenge yourself to pick up the pace just a little bit. So kind of a light jog there. Tighten up the band, take those legs out, and then see if you can increase. Remember, as you're lifting, you're not leaning back, so your core is still working here. Should definitely be feeling the tops of the legs. If it's getting to be too much, loosen your band, slow down this march, jog, or you can set the band aside completely as long as you are not leaning back. Good. Now, here we go. Take those legs in. Feet stay together, knees open out. And I'm gonna kind of let myself roll to the outer edge of my foot, so that way I'm not buckling in the ankle. So I'm just gonna kind of keep my ankles following with my knees while I'm here, while you're here. Hug those abs in, squeeze those glutes, especially on this abduction. So abduct, squeeze the tush, and roll it back in. You can take your fingers underneath your band if it's starting to dig in a little bit. Very good, nice, strong legs, just because we are working out from our chair doesn't mean that you have to skip the legs or that there's no exercises you can do for them. Leave it out here. Squeeze your tushy. Pull those abs in and give me a little pulse. If you need to take a break from this, you just pause and then come back to it when you can. Pulse, pulse, pulse here. Let's give it 10, 8, 6, 4, 2, 1, and release. I'm sure you have had enough of this band. Set that to the back of your chair. Get all this equipment out of your way. Even though we're not getting out of the chair today, I have my weights underneath it. All of my bands are on the back because you want to be in the habit, if we do get out of the chair, you don't want to be tripping and moving over stuff. Here we go. You're going to slide those hips forward in the chair, and you're going to start with really exaggerate this good posture. So shoulders down and back. Hug those abs in. And then lean back, keeping that exact same posture. You'll feel those abs working already. We want to pull them in. We don't want to train the abs to be pushing out. Pull them in. Kind of a nice tight corset there. So my feet were underneath me. I'm going to inch them forward. I'm going to march each knee up, and I'm just going to pick my body up forward just a little bit here. So if that's too much, you can stay here, march the legs. Medium amount of work is lifting the upper body to kind of meet that thigh in the center as it comes up. If you would like even more work, arms overhead. Good, this is going to add more weight into your core as you march. I'm gonna stay here in the middle. I know what we have coming up. I want to have energy for it. So you may notice that you're feeling the tops of those thighs here. They got a good workout with the band. They're still working for you here to lift this knee and this leg. We have hip flexors. We have low abs and some middle abs there too. Total body from a chair. Good, we're gonna take one more set. So give me a right and a left, and then we're gonna take the fingertips up by the ears. If you need to take a quick break, lean forward, come back into it when you can. Fingertips are up by the ears, but we are not gonna pull on the neck. Elbow to opposite knee. If this starts to feel uncomfortable through the low back, or if it's just too much work, you'll pull those hips back, widen those legs, and kind of move from this lifting position. You're not going to be bending down and forward though. So wherever you are, the upper body is twisting. It's not lowering. You're not reaching down for the floor with those elbows. Side to side. Good. So again, those upper thighs are still working. You may feel it a little bit more than the abs. The abs aren't quite as exhausted yet. I'll get you there. Well, hopefully. Good. Keep working. Stay here with me. Keep that good form. Hug those abs in. You have 4 more, so 2 more sets. Last set here. Last one, and take it in. Quick little break. We're gonna take those knees together. Tuck those hips back under the torso. Feet back under. The legs you can grab to the bottom of your chair. But you don't want to be kind of, death gripping onto it, hanging on for dear life. We're going to lift those legs, turn them to the right, lift to the left. Try to keep your body towards the center. So, option here, 2-step. So we're working kind of on this outer oblique, still working with those thighs. Good. My chair is so creaky. Good. Up and over. So imagine there's, just a little can of soup or something there that you have to lift these legs up and switch them over. Modifications, if you need them, take that step. But again, try to step over it. Or if you need to, smaller movement. It's all working. Different levels. Whatever you need today, I've got it here for you. 2 more sets. So this is your last set. Take those knees back to the middle. Sometimes this chair has not failed me yet. So creaky. All right, scoot those hips forward just a little bit because we're gonna lean back again. Toes to the floor, and you have the option to bring both knees in. We're gonna kind of shift them over to the side as we reach towards the opposite side. If that just sounds like crazy business, you can go ahead, take those legs to the right and just lift the inside leg. So that would be your left on the right side. Switch them over, opposite side. So we're gonna lift here, reach, to the other side, reach, good. So you're not bending towards the floor, you're just taking those hands out towards the floor as you lift those legs. You'll feel those abs kick in. We've been alternating. Come back to the right side and stay here with me. Lift both. Lift left. Left. Very good. Alternate here. Left. 2 more. Left. Lift. Left only. Take it back in to the center. And same thing, lift the right. Lift both. Lift the left. And both. So you may have noticed we are into our abs portion of the workout. You are doing so good. Stay here. That was your 4th set. This is your last. So right, lift, left. Take it to the left. Same thing. Lift both. Lift the right. If that's too much, just lift the right side. 2 more. This is your last one. Lift both. Lift the right in to the center. Very good. I want you to grab one of your hand weights that is hopefully underneath your chair, and you're gonna hold it here at your chest level, and you're gonna kind of bring those elbows out. And you wanna make sure that this weight is nice and secure. So you've got a good grip on it, fingers over the top, push the underside of the hand underneath. You're gonna widen out those legs so you have a really solid base down here at the bottom. Hug those abs in, lean back, and then it's just a nice, easy twist. Pause in the center. We do not want to build up momentum by swinging all the way through. So right, center, left, center. Very good. We are getting into those upper abs, into those obliques. Now, I'm gonna give you some options to increase this difficulty. You're gonna notice as you're trying to root through those feet, keep trying to press those feet into the floor, that your legs are working as well. To the center, extend to the left. This extension is optional. Just adding in a little bit of extra work, kind of moving from the core to the upper body, which is where we are going next. So after abs, you are 2/3 of the way there. Very good. Stay nice and strong. Keep pulling those abs in. Keep connecting those feet to the floor. I feel this. This is tough, but I know you guys can do this. To the left, extend. Beautiful job. Peel those feet back in. Center those hips back. And we're gonna kind of let this weight drop here to the center. As I drop to the center, I'm not gonna round my back. So think about it as angles. Hips are pushing back, tummy all the way through the top of the spine, through the crown of the head is up. Nice and long, abs are pulling in. Lift this weight and lower. To the right hand, lift. Both hands lift to the left. If that is too much, stay right here in the center. We are not going to lift this overhead. We are taking it straight out, so it should be level with your shoulders. Hands here. Good. Kind of started you on our progression, and I didn't quite follow through. So you have that modification if you need it. If you can switch to a heavier weight, go ahead. If you want to switch to a lighter weight, that is okay too. So we are working on shoulders here. We are also creating a little bit of low back strength, still using those abs to pull in and support us. Very good. One more set. So to the center, right arm. To the center, left arm, and then go ahead, tuck that back under the chair. I did want to go back to our bands. If you have a open long band, you can loop it up and kind of create this loop here so you can pull down. So the elbow is going to bend in and you can pull down. Same thing if you already have a band that is a loop. You may need, it needs to be pretty short here, so you may need to grab the top of it in the palm of the hand as you pull down. If you have both, just go with whatever feels more comfortable for you. We're going to work with this right arm. So when this arm is parallel to the floor, my band has no slack in it. You can adjust from there, but try to start here first. Elbow connects in, shoulders, spine up nice and tall, push towards the floor, release slow. So push, 1, 2. So it's a nice, good, solid count. 1, hold 1, 1, 2. Keep that elbow in. Now, nice flat wrist here. You're not going to let this band start to bend that wrist. You have to work really hard to keep that straight. When you push this right hand down, put a little power into it. Flex and squeeze the back of this arm muscle, that tricep. And release slow. So same thing, push with power, hold, and release. Give yourself a good challenge here. Push, squeeze that muscle, and release. One more there. Release. And then we're gonna go ahead and take it to the other side. So switch sides of the chair if you need to. Readjust for this left arm. Same thing. As this band pulls up, this whole wrist complex stays nice and straight. You're not gonna let it start bending up. That's gonna put a lot of pressure in the joint, and we definitely want to avoid that. Here we go. All together, elbow in at the side. Press, squeeze that muscle, release. Slow. Power here. 1, 2, 1. And release. Make sure that you give yourself that chance to squeeze that muscle there in the back. You can adjust the band if you need more or less work. Good. One arm it's the same thing with flexibility. One arm is going to be just a little bit stronger, but do your best to train your weaker arm just as much as you train your stronger side, so that hopefully in time they will even out. Keep pressing, bring it back up and in. Nice straight wrist. Good. You'll notice that even though we're focusing more on the left arm, your right arm should be working too. Your biceps should be working to keep the top of this band up. You have just a couple more. Power, squeeze, bring it up slow. Last one here. And beautiful job. Very good. We're gonna take this band so you can have your loop and you're gonna grab over the top of the whole thing, or you can have your long band. It's the exact same. The hands are gonna stay right off of the shoulders to start with no slack in your band. So if you have a loop band, this is plenty right here. Plant those feet nice and solid, hug those abs up and in, and pull here to the center. Good, halfway there. Speed it up a little bit. 3, 2, and 1. Lower this band and pull the elbow up and back. So imagine drawing this elbow up behind you, but your opposite arm is still pushing out. Good. Move slow and steady. If you start to lose your grip on your band, you want to notice that right away so you can fix it. We're not rushing through this. Good. Working through the back of the shoulder blade, through some of that upper back muscle here. Also through the tops of the shoulders. Hug those abs up and in. You're gonna give this last set the best yet. Here we go. And very good. Take that down, set it to the side. Give those arms and those hands, kind of feeling that band there. Give them a quick little break, and then grab your hand weights, both of them this time. And we're gonna drop those hands down to the sides. We're working on coordination a little bit here, so you really want to scooch your hips back, plant your feet, and you're gonna push those feet into the floor so you're really solid through your lower half. We're gonna lift one arm out, one arm forward. So right arm comes out, left arm forward, release, and switch. Soft bend in the elbows here. Good. So we're gonna work on this coordination a little bit. We're gonna go back. right arm out, down to the sides, bicep curl, right arm forward, left arm out, and curl. So we're combining some movements here. I'm gonna stay at this pace so that if you just need a little bit of guidance, remembering you can follow me. If you've already got it down, you can speed it up. You don't have to wait for us. They have to work a little bit slower to remember it. There's a little hand rotation in there. So as I'm curling, my elbows are staying in, and then my hands are gonna kind of rotate back to the sides. And now I totally forgot what side we are on, so I apologize if I messed you up with me. Good. Hang on here. This is our last. This is our last set. Did you see what I did there? I totally switched up that bicep curl. Good. I'll leave that one in. We'll break it up with a little, we'll leave that blooper in. Remember those old blooper reels? Oh, I love those things. If I can figure out how to make a blooper reel, because trust me, I have a lot of them. Someday I'll make a blooper reel and we can all get a good laugh at me. Widen out those legs, and we're gonna take these hands behind the thighs. The palms are facing the wall behind you or whatever's behind you. You need to lift them nice and high to the front of the legs. Lean forward at the waist. Push with those feet. Lift it back. Good. So again, shoulders and back muscles here. But you didn't think this would be it, did you? I hope not. Pull it back. Pull it forward. Row with the right hand. Row with the left. Up and over. Row and open. Row with the right. So we're kind of pulling this weight kind of towards the armpit. Up and back. High row. To the front. Right row. Left row. It's a lot to remember. So if you mess it up, that is okay. To the front. Right and left. My chest and stomach are staying down towards the floor. Lift together and back forward. Right and left. Don't twist with this weight. Pull it up towards the back. Right, left, very good. You've got one more here. High row to the front and row to the back together and pick them up. Very good. Leave those knees in. Take those palms wide. Hug the core in. We're going to take a wide bicep curl here, and we're going to alternate. So alternating is nice because only one side of the body is lifting. You don't have any counterweight as you're moving, so you're having to use your stabilizing muscles, your stability, just a little bit more here. So it is kind of working on balance from your chair. Lift this right arm and lower, and then lift the left. Leave the left halfway to the floor. Good. Make sure that that wrist is nice and solid. And then lift the right and give me 5 through the middle ground. 3, 4, so not all the way up, not all the way down. 5, hold that there. 5 on the left, through the middle, so not all the way down, not all the way up. 3, 4, 5, both, not all the way down, not all the way up, right there in the middle, pulse. 3, 4, and 5. Alternate, right and left. Nice, strong arms here. Keep alternating. We're going to do that one more time. Good. Curl the right up, lower it all the way down. Curl the left up, lower it halfway down. 5, through the middle only. 4 and 5, right at the middle, hold it there. 5 on the left. 3, 4 and 5. I can feel my toes wanting to start tap. That means I'm struggling a little bit. 5, through that middle here with both arms. 2, hug those abs in, elbows stay in. 4 and 5, very, very nice. Take one of those weights back underneath the chair, and we're gonna pick this right arm all the way up and send this weight back behind you. Kind of let that hand drop. Now we want to keep this bicep in towards the ear as we push this weight up. Squeeze this muscle and lower slow. So the power push is on the way up and then slower on the way down. So a little bit reverse from our band pulls. Hug those abs in. Don't push the stomach forward here. That is a very common movement anytime we have this arm up overhead. Good. Hang in there with me. You are almost done. These arms should be feeling it. We have one more. And release that one down. Take it, shake out the right hand real quick. Take it over to the left side, straight up. Let this bicep come in close to the ear, hopefully elbow up towards the ceiling. Press, release slow. Watch that core. So those stomach muscles are squeezing up and in nice and tight so that you're not bouncing around through your torso as you are moving here. Stay here with me. This workout is almost done. You guys have made it too far to quit now. So if you need to modify, that's different. Modify, but don't quit. Hang on here. 3 more. 2. Last one, make it a good one. 1. Bring this weight to the center. We're gonna grab the ends of it. Again, we're gonna take it straight out and we're gonna turn the right hand on top and then the left. Tighten your core. Nice and steady. You can see that I am not bending in my wrists at all. Shoulders are working. Chest is hopefully working because you should be pushing in on this dumbbell. Right, left, take it level, hold it here. Keep squeezing in, nice and strong. Isometric hold here. 5, 4, 3. This is your last exercise. 2, 1. Bring it in. Drop that back under your chair. Beautiful job. Let's go ahead, stretch you out, and you will be done with me for today. You have time to forgive me before our next video. Step the left leg out. Sweep this right arm across. Keep that right hip heavy in the chair, but reach this arm out long. Bring the left one in, same thing. Right leg out, left arm. So you're opening up through those back muscles. The work is done. This is your chance to kind of focus on re-lengthening those muscles and getting some of that tension and tightness out of there. It will help decrease some of the soreness. So please do not skip this part. It is important. Flexibility is a big component of being fit and healthy. Bring that on and step those feet in. Reach those arms up overhead, and we're gonna take those thumbs back behind us as far as you can without pushing the stomach forward. So kind of pull those abs in and then drop the right arm. Swing that up and back and then switch. So right thumb goes all the way back, left pinkies go back. Kind of re-lengthening out through these arms. And very good, take them down. And go ahead, let yourself kind of fall forward with the forearms to the thighs. And just kind of give me a shoulder shimmy to each side, check in with your low back here. And we'll leave the body where it is, but we'll take the hands up to the thighs. And when we inhale, we'll just come to a flat back, so we don't want to overarch. And then exhale, cat back, straighten those arms. Push the center of your back towards the back of your chair. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, cat back. Good. And you might get some noises. Ooh, big stretch. Go ahead. Nobody can hear you. Enjoy this. Bring those feet together. Take the left hand over the right thigh, and as we push, try not to let those knees go to the left side, so stay strong. Inhale, lift it all the way up, and then exhale, nice little twist there. And then back to the center. Inhale, right arm over the left, and then exhale. Good little spinal twist there. Hug those abs in. And then back to the center. We're gonna step the right leg off to the right side and go ahead and come into a nice lunge stance here in your chair. So you're just kind of pushing this left leg back, so the knee comes back, the heel comes back towards the floor. And we're getting a good stretch in through this hip flexor. And you can just take those arms up. You can take one arm up. We don't want to bend back. We just want to create this length, stretching through the front of the abs. And like I said, hip flexor, a little bit of that quad. And then we're just going to shift those hips through to the center, and we'll take them off to the left. There is no rush. Take your time getting here. Straighten this. Oh, I feel tightness in there already. We had a good workout today. You can take this right arm up. If this is enough of a stretch here, you can stay here. And then bring that on in. And we'll go ahead, do some quick little ankle circles here. Each side, kind of go back and forth with them. Good. And then we'll cross the right leg over the left in the front. Slide those hips forward in the chair. Take a good deep breath in and then exhale, relax. Give yourselves just a couple quick seconds here to kind of feel so proud of yourself that you finished the workout all the way through. I'm proud of you guys. I'm so happy that you joined me for another good workout. So just a quick little second here. Take a couple deep breaths in. Let the whole body just zone out. And then bring those feet back and slide those hips back. Sit up nice and tall and then just kind of like waking back up. Stretch those arms open and drop the arms. You are all done for today. Thank you guys so much for joining me for another awesome workout. If you have subscribed to the channel, thank you so much. I appreciate it. If you haven't yet, go ahead and consider doing so before you leave. I appreciate it so much. I will see you guys again for another awesome workout very soon. Until then, you guys take good care of yourselves.